Welcome to Country Boy Tested. We starting to get some of our parts and pieces in. We about to go out on the ride and test this battery out on this Milod before we do the changeover. I'm gonna find out if these batteries in that pack are even worth salvaging, and right now it don't look like it. So I got a 100% charge on it. We're about to take it up the road. We're gonna go about probably, I'm gonna run it, man. I'm gonna see if I can get it to run about at least 5 miles, but I'm not sure if it'll do that. Bugs out here. We're gonna see though. So what I want to go over now is, look what we got. Look what came in. My 3-wheel sprocket. As you see, I'm putting that single one on here. This is the big motor, everybody. This 3,000 watt one. That's the 3,000 watt one, which I just found out I can take this. It can handle 5,000 watts. So we can push that motor right there. That came in, and they gave me an extra one. This is the 12 tooth, that 12 tooth that you put on freewheel. And what I'm gonna be doing is taking this one they got on here. You see all them on these moped style bikes. If you're getting a moped style bike, if you have the option, make sure you just go ahead and get one that don't have all these gears on here. You never use them. Just get that one with that single gear on it, so it'll stop your chain from slapping into everything on your bike and falling off. Well, let's get ready to take this baby out and see what's going on with it. Okay, as you can see, hopefully that's zoomed in good. I mean, you can see that right there. We're at 100%. We're gonna keep it on the rear wheel. Now, the reason I'm kind of nervous about testing this on this, ranging this battery out, I ain't really trying to go too far, because guess what? I do not have a chain on this bike. We're just gonna range out a little bit. Excuse me, ducky. I'll be back. Y'all watch everything while I'm out. All right, so we're gonna range out with this bike a little bit. Test this bike. I'm at the battery. We're gonna check the battery status on it. I'm gonna try to put a couple of miles in on it and see how it draws the battery down. It shouldn't draw it down at all, really, from 100%. I'm just running the rear motor on it. She got plenty torque. Now, if you've been following my channel, I bought this bike used. So I'm just ranging it, see what we're gonna have to do when we change this battery over on it. Also wanted to give a shout out to the fallen. We've had a couple of e-bike riders go down. Like I told everyone on my channel, ain't no hate on my channel. I support everybody who's into the e-bike thing, everybody that's e-biking. If you got a channel, I'm probably watching you too, keeping up with you. Just, what's up, squirrel? Support each other. This ain't no reason to hate. Ain't no reason to hate. Even when I used to race my bikes and stuff like that, I used to love my competition, love my competitors. Glad they brought their stuff out to run it. Once I'm done with this bike, we won't be putting this bike ain't coming back on the road. It won't be a road bike. It's gonna be a bike that I take and run at tracks and race. And if y'all hadn't been looking, it's a little league starting up on the e-bike thing where folks is running some high power stuff, and they're racing, drag racing, everything. That's what I'm looking to get into with this. That's what I'm gonna play around with this bike for. This is my little experimental bike. I needed a steel frame to work with. This frame can support up to 450 pounds. That's why I wanted a steel frame. I'm gonna have to seal the frame off. If you've seen my videos from earlier, it's I show where it's not sealed on those ends. We'll get that done. But yeah, this gonna be my little play toy right here, my drag racing. Oh, did y'all see those prices on Amazon? I went on Amazon and I was this couple of bikes I've been following because this guy got one on Facebook. He want 400 for it right now. Wait, it's either 400 or 450. I'll show the picture in here. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to. I looked the bike up to see if the bike was any good. You know, see what I could find out about the bike. And it was I forgot what I was talking about. I was just looking at my buddy there. Hold on. Let's go on and hit this. Yes, let's see what we can get on. All right. All right, got 24 miles an hour. Now it's drawing down. Now it will run both of these motors. It will definitely run both of the motors off of that one battery. But the reason I'm doing this, my mechanic, my bike mechanic, he know a lot about these. He knew more about these batteries than I thought. So he said, go out, put it at 100%. All right, it's done fell down to, okay, here we go. Yep, here we go. Let's get over here. All right. Saying 89%. We ain't did but 1 mile, but that's probably the drawdown on it. But the guy I bought this bike from, he told me that he used this for his transportation to get to and from work. So when he ran it with both motors most of the time. And he told me he ran it at like 35. And I ordered some parts from Milad, and so far, only thing I haven't heard back from them. They did charge my card, so I'm hoping I get some parts from them here soon. We got a 1.3 mile. I ain't trying to get too far. This thing is drawing down way too much. I don't trust it. The reason I don't trust it is because I don't have a chain on here. So if the battery's cut off or whatever, I gotta pedal this heavy puppy back home. And let me tell you, this is a heavy bike. With this steel on here, everything on the metal. I think my rims might be. I had to put this front brake on here from the Vituvia bike. Now let's see let's let it rest and see if it come back up. Oh, 87%. We only did 1.6 miles. It's at 87%. You know what? Let's kick 2-wheel drive on. Let's see what she do on 2-wheel drive. We at 87%. And we ain't did but 1.6 miles. I think that's gonna kind of tell the story. It ain't rising back up, is it? Okay. $35. 35. I only have one brake, so I gotta pump the brake. Gotta pump the brake. Hear that noise? Now, can't ride this bumper because my brakes are, you see that? I have to pump these brakes to get them to work. There we go. That way they can cool off. Because if you don't, these puppies will fail on you. Blue, what you doing, buddy? What you doing out here? What's up, Blue? That's a pretty pit bull, ain't it? His name Blue. Okay, so we just found out. I like they do have a little bit of a delay in this, so that if you hit it by accident, like that, you see that? It don't kick on. That saves you. Trust you me. That saves you a lot right there. That don't kick. Okay, there you go. You see that? It's got a little spot. You gotta pull it all the way back before it kick in. Now the reason that's important, because if you ain't ever been on one of these and accidentally hit that and the bike took off and hit you, oh my goodness, boy, that's bad news. It hurt. It hurt. Well, I think we got what we want to know. 2.4 miles is at 83%. Wow, that's not good, is it? We ain't leaving it on front wheel. We'll put it back on rear. Well, oh, I know I was giving a shout out to the fallen. You know, we had a couple of e-bikers go down. Well, one was in critical. I don't know how he's doing. The little fellow down in St. John's down in Florida. But he was in critical last week. I hope everything comes out okay for him. He crash wrecked his e-bike and at a high speed and was in critical condition. So, you know, hey, we get out here and we have fun. I preach a lot of safety. I preach a lot of safety. I hope it don't turn y'all off. The reason I preach safety is because my smarter homies that were preaching safety to me is the reason probably why I'm still here and why a lot of my folk and friends did not make it. Because I listen. The best racers on the planet, you know what sets them apart from the people who think they the best? They listen. That's how you learn how to be a better racer or a better rider or a better driver. Is to listen to those who are already doing it and learn from the little tips and tactics that the riders have. Because I speak a lot on these bikes because these bikes are powerful, and a lot of people are giving them to their kids who have never been on a motorcycle, never been on a motorized vehicle. And the same thing that happened to that young fella, I think he's 14 years old in St. John's down in Florida. That's what's going to happen if you put these powerful bikes in your kids' hands and turn them loose with it. Because these things can hurt you. They can put you in a world of pain. If you don't know what you're doing, they can definitely hurt you. And then we had a man in New York. Somebody opened the car door on him and he couldn't stop in time. Guess what? He hit the car and had a wreck. And they took him to the hospital, and he's no longer with us. These things, it's not so much. He said, now here's the difference between an experienced bike rider and the average Joe who's just, playing around. Experienced bike riders, the reason we keep telling you is to put your gear on, put stuff on to keep yourself safe, is because we know that at any time, any moment, you can lay this puppy down. If you've been riding bikes long enough, you've had dogs run out, You've had balls come across the road in front of you. You've had cars look directly in your face and pull right out in front of you. And if you can't stop that bike in time, you're in trouble. You're gonna probably have to explain that to the big head upstairs. But looking at, there are formulas. That's what I was going to also go over. Did you know there are braking formulas that can tell you how much brake you'll need per the weight, the speed? They can tell you how much braking power you'll need. And the reason I'm finding this out, because I told you I'm upgrading this bike, and from what I'm looking at on paper, when I'm done, this thing should be able to hit close to 80 miles an hour with no problem. Now, the problem I did run into, now this came from my bike mechanic. He asked me to give him the weights that I had on the bike. So I had to give him an estimated weight because I got to order my battery. So I had to estimate the weight of my batteries. Right now, I'm estimating the weight of the battery at 25 to 30 pounds that I'm going to be adding to this already heavy, chunky steel frame. And guess what? He was telling me that I need to go to a light motorcycle brake, just like the one they put on the Surron. Now, here's how you know if your brakes are worth it, if you got good brakes or not. Look for the little, this is, if you can see that, this is Milot. These are hydraulic brakes, but you see how that's popping out of there? See that? There's no adjustment on this. There's no tank on here. You got a little spot where you can put a little bit of oil in it, but really you want that reservoir tank on there so that you know that you got plenty of oil, and as the brakes press out, your lines don't lose pressure, because that's what's happening. As these lines lose pressure, the brakes get weaker, and eventually that happens and it don't work at all. So that's what I'm talking about when I call these little hydraulic brakes like this, cheap brakes. If you got this kind of brake right here, this is a cheap brake. I'm gonna put a picture up. Hopefully I can get you a good picture, photo shot of one. If you don't have a Surron or haven't, been able to compare the differences of the type of bikes, Surron got really good brakes. You know why? Because it's a motorcycle. It's an electric motorcycle. That's exactly what Highway Patrolman told me. It's an electric motorcycle. If he see it in the road, he's taking it home with him. Not home, but to the impound. That's what they're talking about. So yeah, be careful. They catch them that Stark Varg. Oh my God, if they see that on the road, it's the same thing as if you got that 250 or something out there. You better hit it and get off in here. This is my little escape spot. I have to hit it, come down through here, go out through the woods. Bye. Nah, I ain't telling y'all to do nothing crazy like that. But yeah, that's all we talk about today. We're just out getting a little fun ride in, testing this out, seeing how this battery is before I get ready to replace these. Cause the front one is I'm going back with a 52. Oh, you see how that? I like that. She came back in. Wow, that's good. Hey, that's like a motorcycle's action. That wheel went out on me like that and it pulled itself. It corrected itself. Oh my goodness, I like that. I like that. This bike tracks straight. It likes to track straight. I just whipped it out over there to go around the stump, and it straightened itself out. That is too cool. I like that. The reason I like that, because like I told you, I'm about to turn this into a drag bike. I need it tracking straight. I don't need it going no other direction. And with this weight on the front, woo-wee, I can't wait, boy. I got parts coming in. I got parts on order. Right now, the only problem is the battery. I'm going back and forth. I couldn't get in touch with my folk on here. E-bike guy, that's who I wanted to build my battery, but I said he kind of busy. He slammed. I show you, he know what he doing, and he got a pretty good thing going there. Cause when folk got you packed out with business, That's cause you know what you're doing. An e-bike guy know his business now. You see them folk coming on there talking smack at him. That's cause they jealous that they don't have that knowledge that he has, and he doing it like he doing it. And he can fix all that stuff. I used to get into arguments with folks on dirt bikes and stuff like that back when I used to repair four-wheelers and dirt bikes. With two-cycle, four-cycle engines. Man, you'd be shocked some of the craziness people will say to you. Just because they, don't know what they're talking about. Because you can do anything. You can do anything. That don't mean it's going to come out right. Like we was talking about, I was talking about the wattage on these motors and what it equals. And somebody put on there that 750 watts equals 1 horsepower. And there's a guy on there, no, it's got to deal with the amps. No, that's not. You can run any amps on any of these motors. Guess what? You can't run high amps on them low motors. It'll burn them up. It'll melt them. It will melt them. Do not listen to what I'm saying. It's about 4 people on here that have been running high-powered bikes, and they melted the motors on them. They've already told you, and they also told you why it melted. One of them, he told you he was running the amps higher than it was supposed to. They got a max amperage on them. They'll tell you how much max you can run on that. Now, yeah, you can raise the amperage on it, but here's what happens. The higher you run that amperage, the lower you gonna be able to travel, the lower distance. It kills your distance. And I'm just gonna be straight up, because a lot of people seem to be getting lost in the mix where these e-bikes come in. I got my e-bike so I could get around the neighborhood, hang out in close spots. Me and my girl can go ride. We love riding our bikes at 15, 20 miles an hour. If you're on any of these public trails, nationwide, I don't know if you know this, nationwide, all sidewalks have a speed limit. Any of these bikes, they're actually changing that. I don't know if it's gonna be nationwide, but some of them have said 0. You can't have any of these powered vehicles on the sidewalk at all unless it's a wheelchair or something like that. But you gotta respect your state's laws. Just go by that. I mean, I got a record of being hard-headed because I used to love speed, man. Speed was my thing. And it took me some years to calm down and a lot. I bought probably 3 cop cars. And when I say 3 cop cars, fully rigged out. I put radar in them, lights on them, you name it. And when I say I did that, I didn't voluntarily do that. The judge helped me do that with tickets and probation and all that good stuff. Because that's what happens when you out here showing out and riding like a fool, which I have been that guy. Every now and then, like if I'm gonna get on these dirt bikes or something like that and go play, I get off the road. I don't get on the road at all. I had a bike confiscated years ago, and it was all my fault. I knew better. I was way off from home. I was about 19 miles away from where I live, in the parking lot, burning out and stuff, doing dumb stuff, pulling wheelies. Next thing I know, one pulled right out in front of me, and I stopped the bike, and he got out and said, "You want to get off of that? Cause that's mine now." And that's what happened. They called the little tow truck in, they wrote me a ticket. Not to mention, my parents was ticked off because I was young then. So, it depends, how you act and how you conduct yourself decides what type of life you're gonna have. We all know that. You go out and act a fool, somebody gonna hit that 911 and them folks coming and they're gonna take care of your foolishness. So you're in the land of laws, you might as well learn to live by them. And it'll save you the trouble of doing like me and buying cop cars and all of that. But that was back in the day when I was a young fool. Now I've gotten wiser, and I'm glad to say I'm not an old fool. I still like to have my fun and get out here and flip it up, turn it up every now and then, but let's see what we got on here. We got to check this Check this bike out. Let's see. That's as fast as I can stop right there with that one brake and that back one gone. We got 3.5 miles, 81% battery. That is not good. So as we see, these cells will not be salvageable. So the reason I'm finding that out is because I wanted to see about getting these batteries rebuilt with 21700 cells and see if it made it any better. And I wanted to do 52 volts just to play around with it. I meant before I start putting everything, because I'm not going to change the bike over until all my parts come in. When all my parts come in, that's when I'll put the screwdriver on here and we're going to strip it down, because I don't know if I'm going to paint this or not, paint the frame or not. I'm thinking about, I saw a black that I like. It's got like a sparkle in it. I think that's the color I want to put on here, or at least add that sparkle, clean it up. But yeah, we gotta deconstruct it to reconstruct it. So until we get that in, until I get all my parts on that, I'm taking my time too, because I found another bike I want to buy. So I'm gonna probably spring on that bike first, get it, and then we'll see. Then we'll order more parts, because my buddy got my brake. I'm gonna have to order my brake system for it. I'm gonna actually be setting up pretty much the same braking system. I think I'm gonna order the same braking system that they're using on the Stark Varg, because I'll have enough stopping power. You really want way more stopping power than you need. And that's just coming from my mechanic, and he know it. I don't argue with him. That boy know his stuff. Every good runner, every good racer always has a mechanic that he trusts. And I trust mine. And whatever he says is what I go with, because he deal with this stuff all day long, all kinds of stuff. You name it, he good. He's my boy. He's good all the way around. He got this stuff down packed, so I didn't even think he knew much about no electric bikes. He told me, yeah, man, I know all about them. They running a lot of systems that's on motorcycles. A lot of that stuff y'all running come from motorcycles. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so he familiar with the systems, how to program stuff. Yes, we already had to put some lights back out around the pond. It still got good pull. So now I'm wondering, is this reading right on these batteries? Sound like a dog farm though. Out here in the country, we love these dogs now. We know at nighttime you hear that, boy, everybody and their mama got their AR ready. Oh. All right. Y'all, I think that's about all we gonna fool with today. I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. I found out what I needed to know. So we're gonna go and work on these few little things here. Hope y'all didn't fall for that BS they pulled on you with them. So, oh, buy a bike now before the tariffs make the bikes go up. Ain't none of them bikes. Them bikes still on sale, man. I hope y'all didn't fall for that garbage. I told you, I dropped a video on that and told you how that works. That's called promoting fear. It's called promoting fear. You use fear to make people spend money. They've been doing it in America now since the pandemic. You gotta get smarter than the people who working harder to beat you down. And if you keep paying full price for everything, you'll never own it for long. Well, thank you for stopping by Country Boy Test It. It's all we got for you today. Get out here and get back in my garden. Y'all have a good one. And remember, we all family in this game. Ain't no hate, nothing but love. And when one of us go down, all of us should take pause. Thank you for stopping by Country Boy Test It.